So you've decided to become a video editor. Great. We've been taught by our parents, we've been taught by society, making mistakes is bad. Clients can tell you, oh, I don't want that, I see it differently. Oh, I don't like that. Most time in chasing money, in chasing clients, whoa. Really, I forgot about that. It's not about how many effects can you do, but how well the fundamentals are in place. Principles upon which this art is built on. If you're just starting out or feeling like you're reaching the ceiling in your creative potential, it will show you a completely new and untold approach to this art. These steps are the exact same steps I took in my own career for more than 11 years right now. From WWE wrestling montages to editing on Upwork for $5 to editing for some of the biggest names in the world right there. It's been a long path full of trials, blood and sweat. And I decided to condense it all into this short video so you don't have to spend as much time as I did, avoid all of the pitfalls that might come along your way and dominate the industry. First of all, video editing is the tool that helps you tell a story, that helps you visualize any idea that comes up into your head or your client's head, and you help him realize that idea. Video editing is the greatest technique that can help you tell a story visually. And what can evoke the most emotion in the viewer? The two things, visually and with music. And video editing combines both of them. What I like to call it, it is a hypnosis on demand, because you are in control of what the viewer will think. You are in control of what the viewer will experience. You are in control if the viewer will cry at the end of the video or if he'll laugh. This is why I call ourselves visualizers. We visualize idea with the art of video editing. The second thing that I want you to remember forever is that it is a creative process. It is art. There is no rules. Even though there are principles which you have to follow, especially if you're new, when you will become more confident, I want you to be breaking the rules. Remember, it is a creative process and you bring innovation only by breaking the rules. Doing the YouTube shorts based on a template is not creative. Developing your own style is creative. Which leads us to the third principle. What is actually right? When you're approaching a timeline, the video first comes up in your head. You imagine what will happen, and when you're making the art, it's coming from your heart. If you think that, okay, on this second I would do it differently because to me this is cool, this is how you do it. Never let clients, never let noise, never let me dictate what is right on the timeline, because that's how creativity is made, and that's the ultimate right in the art of video editing. And the final thing, video editors work with material only. Video editing is the art of taking something raw and making the beauty out of it. And these are the main principles which I want you to keep in your head forever as you're starting your journey. As the bigger name you grow, as the bigger brand you grow, as more money you get, you should dictate your vision. Now, with that being said, you have to start bringing your unique vision and innovation to life. You have to pick your drawing board, you have to pick your paint. I like to compare video editing with drawing because that's just basically it. We draw the stuff out of nothing. Vegas Pro, Premiere Pro, Final Cut, DaVinci Resolve. These are the only 4 softwares which you should choose between, because other stuff will not let you be as creatively free as you might think. Once you're in the software, you have your playground, you can start creating art. What should you focus on the first hand once you install the software? The workspace. Most of these softwares allow you to pick and tweak the workspace based on your needs. I was so scared to tweak the workspace because I thought, oh, this thing's gonna be broken and oh, I don't know. Don't be afraid of it. What is more suitable for you is the project bin should be on the lower left corner or on the upper right corner. Believe me, it will save you hours and hours of time in future when you actually start editing. What is important after you've set up the workspace, starting from the beginning, use as most of the keyboards and as less of the mouse as possible. What's the best for you to make the cut, with this finger or with this finger? And based on that, you adjust the buttons. Okay, you got your software, you got your shortcut. What should I start with? What should I do? What inspired you to edit? For me, it was making something so cool to the music that I would be in awe when watching it. And the way I started approaching my first video editing projects is simply I started copying the favorite style that I love. So I basically took those as an inspiration and I just started copying, and you just starting to be curious. It's not about, okay, let me learn 7 effects, but then you don't know where to apply it. Whatever style resonates with you the most, you should try to replicate that at the beginning. By defining the style which you would like to repeat, then curiosity will lead you to the appropriate tutorials which you should watch. You will start asking yourself, okay, how did that transition happen? And you Google it, then you YouTube it, then you learn it, then you apply it. Now you have another effect in your toolbox which you will repeat throughout your different videos. Go to YouTube, pick some movie scenes, pick some interviews, pick some trailers that already exist. The source footage is really endless. Edit out of curiosity and out of thinking that, whoa, this is gonna be perfect, I love it, I love how the story flows. At first, when you start to bring your innovation, or maybe if you would want to develop your own style, you will suck at it. When you're making your best project yet, you think that this is the best yet. But then, after you watch it after a couple of weeks, what's a special prize? And this is a good sign. That's how you started progressing. The way that you monitor your progress is the difference between how it was in your head to how it is on the timeline. As you narrow the gap between what is in your head and what is actually on the timeline, the more pro you become. If you're able to translate your vision completely from A to Z the way you saw it in your head to the timeline, to the screen, and so people that are watching experiencing completely the same thing which you envisioned in your head, when they cry at the moment you intended them to cry, that's how you become a pro. Okay, with that being said, how do you actually get yourself a portfolio and start searching for clients? You have to pick a niche that is in demand right now. It's YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels, ads. Try to implement your creativity to them and post them as a portfolio. When you're outreaching to clients, offering them your services, you should tell them every brand, every vision, every client is different. But you cannot decide to pick me or not seeing the sample that I've made for you. If a client asks you to show your portfolio, some of it may not align with his values. It requires different music, it requires different transitions, it requires different approach. Just tell him, hey bro, wait. This is different style, your brand vision is unique, and I can come up with the videos that will be aligned with your vision. Just let me edit the sample. And once you've picked your niche, once you've created some examples of your actual skill and you now started outreaching to clients, making samples, and they start hiring you, you're now making money as a video editor. That's when you start saying, okay, I'm confident this technique that I will use will bring us more views. Let us try it out. Break the box for the client, and that's how you start develop your own vision, and that's how you start mastering the art of video editing, growing a name, and developing your own style. And after all of that path, I encourage you, get yourself a great team, teammates who can support you, motion graphic artists, get yourself sound mixers who can really bring the best production quality to you and your clients. Yes, your budget will be increased because of that, but you are sure that you're providing quality. Acquire yourself people who you can trust, who you can spread the creativity, and who can put more creative force into each project. That's how you will evolve. Video editing has a huge demand and you have to really stand out. I wish you stand out, I wish you make the most money, and I wish you, my friend, the greatest success you can ever have as a video editor.